Chargers had won 3 straight games. They were sitting at 5-1. And suddenly, Solomon, people are talking about a tough road for them to even get into the postseason at this point with how deadly and competitive things have been in the AFC. Here come the Raiders out across the 20. That's Latavius Murray on a return of 19 yards. So here comes Derek Carr, the second-round quarterback. You see what he has done. His numbers have regressed since that Week 6 meeting. The rookie franchise record, 4 touchdowns that Solomon mentioned. We'll see how he fares today against the Chargers.
And what you like about the rookie quarterback is that he's very competitive. He will attack the defense by throwing the ball down the field, and he reads blitzes very well. Expect the Chargers defenses to come after him today, sending as many as they can on the blitz.
1st and 10, they fumbled the snap. Darren McFadden was the lone setback. Chargers say they have it. No official signal yet. Penalty markers fly. Looks like Donald Butler recovered the football.
Illegal motion number 4 of the offense. That penalty's declined. Result of the play is a first down.
Nightmare start for the rookie and the Raiders.
And Derek Carr, he is a rookie quarterback. You can see right there, okay, he starts to move. And that's what they're saying. But yet, they're going to deny the penalty. Will the San Diego Chargers. The center, Steve Wisniewski, snaps the ball. It looked as if the quarterback, Derek Carr, was ready to reset the offense. But once you send them in motion and go ahead and tell the center that, guess what, we're not going to audible, let's live with it, then he's going to go ahead and snap it on the silent count.
So Phillip Rivers and the Chargers onto the field. It's been 35 days since their last victory. That Week 6 win in Oakland against these Raiders, a game in which they trailed by 11 points early in the 4th quarter. Rivers making his 138th consecutive start. Second longest active streak behind Eli Manning. Draw play. This is Ryan Matthews. Sight for sore eyes for Chargers fans. He's been out since a MCL injury in his knee on September the 14th, as Matthews gets him going. So we just mentioned Phillip Rivers, the 5-time Pro Bowler. His numbers, Solomon, since that torrid start the first 6 weeks, have gone down as well.
Yeah, and he's been under a lot of pressure during the last 3 games, to which they've lost all of those games. Half of this 16 sacks have come during the 3-game losing streak.
No gain by Matthews on first down, so it's 2nd and 10 from the 22. Raiders coming. Rivers taking a shot. Far side. It's caught by Floyd into the end zone for the touchdown. And how about that start from San Diego? Rivers to Floyd for the 22-yard strike.
This is just a beautiful route being run by Malcolm Floyd. And he's just going to go right up there to the corner. He's going to go outside. You can see right there. And then he's working right now against the corner. He's going to be able to beat T.J. Carey for a touchdown. It's just a great grab going up to the 6'5" Malcolm Floyd.
21st touchdown passes of the season for Rivers, and Floyd with his 4th scoring catch of the year. So the Raiders cough it up on their first play from scrimmage.
The previous play.
Every score in the NFL subject to automatic review, as we will take another look.
Don't know what you're going to look at other than seeing a beautiful throw from Rivers and a really nice catch from Floyd. T.J. Carey just fell down. Appeared as though both feet were in, as it was ruled in the field of play to be a touchdown. Catch, feet in for Malcolm Floyd.
What a weapon Floyd has been. 9 years, all with the Chargers. Unheralded collegiate career at Wyoming. Came in as an undrafted free agent in 2004. And today playing in his 100th career game in the NFL.
I like what he told us when we met with him during the bye week. He spent every day in the building.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. It is a touchdown.
2 plays, 22 yards in less than a minute for the touchdown. There's Nick Novak on for the point after. 7th-year kicker out of Maryland, who has been on a torrid streak of his own. bangs it through the uprights to make it 7-0 Chargers. Early going in San Diego, and not exactly the start that Tony SPERO is hoping for. They capitalize. Chargers the early strike. Told you about the shocking upset today in St. Louis. Peyton Manning and the Broncos defeated. So now Kansas City with their win today over Seattle, tied at the top of the division. A Chargers win here keeps them just one game back in the AFC West. Early fumble on a snap. Didn't think it was on the rookie Derek Carr. Came a little bit quicker than he realized. Chargers take 2 plays to capitalize. 22-yard touchdown pass, Rivers to Malcolm Floyd. Here's Latavius Murray from just inside his own end zone. Makes the first guy miss, across the 15, and gets ahead to the 18-yard line. Chargers getting a little bit heavier. We welcome in our sideline reporter today, Scott Kaplan.
Well, SPERO, you've talked already today about the Chargers and their 3-game losing streak. A lot of their issues were injuries, particularly on defense. Today, they're getting back some young blood, some fresh legs. Here comes Melvin Ingram, their first-round pick from 2012. Manti Te'o, their second-round pick from 2013. And they've even got Jerry Atauchu back, their second-round pick from 2014.
A lot of the speed that they have been missing returns with those players, notably the man you just saw, Melvin Ingram. First and 10, here's McFadden. Cuts back across tackle, across the 20. Forward progress took him to the 21-yard line. Pickup of a couple. Well, tomorrow, Solomon, amazingly, it'll be exactly 1 year to the day. Last time the Raiders won a football game, November the 17th of 2013. In Houston against the Texans. Hard to believe.
Yeah, it is hard to believe, but you know, they have some veterans that are on this team that's got to really help their young quarterback to finally come away with a win.
Second and 8 from just outside the 20. Kenbrell Tompkins in motion. McFadden just barely getting to the line of scrimmage, and it will be 3rd and 8 coming up. And here was that last victory, November the 17th of 2013. Matt McGloin, their starting quarterback, 3 touchdown passes in his first career start. You thought maybe they had something in the young quarterback. Raiders would win it. They have not won since. There's Tony SPERO, Raiders 0-5 since he took over for the fired Dennis Allen in late September. And a penalty marker comes in.
Good 20-man offense in the huddle. The 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Jeff Triplett is our referee. And this is about as bad a start as anyone could have wanted there on that Raiders sideline.
Yeah, Tony SPERO can't be happy. Talked about the last time they won a game, 15 straight losses for these Raiders because of mistakes like that. You start the game off with a fumble, and then second possession, now you're in a deep hole on 3rd down.
Carr from the gun on 3rd and 13. Pass near side. Diving attempt by Tompkins at the 29, and it is a completed pass. And boy, he is just short of that first down marker.
Yeah, the ball been thrown maybe a little bit better. Look, he's close to the first down marker, but he's got to come back to it. He has to fall down in order to catch it. Tries to get back up to extend beyond the first down marker, but not before the defender can tap him down. Looks like it's a clean catch there, but look, he stepped out of bounds prior to hitting that first down mark.
Tompkins coming over from the Patriots, claimed off waivers. Today his 6th appearance in the silver and black. Here's Marquette King from right around his own 20. Keenan Allen backpedaling, will play it from the 10. Allen cuts back across the 25, gets ahead to the 26. 62-yard punt from King, and Allen runs it back for 16 yards. Rivers looking for a good encore, up 7-0. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Domino's. Visit Domino's.com. And by the all-new 2015 Acura TLX. It's that kind of thrill.
Well, not too many bad weather days in this part of the country. 7-0 Chargers with the early lead high above Qualcomm Stadium. Sellout crowd. They call it Raiders Week here in San Diego. Two franchises so familiar with one another over the years. 1st and 10 for Rivers from the 27. Rivers slings it near side, whistles, blow that play dead, intended for Floyd. And it will be 2nd and 10. We talked about the return, Solomon, of Ryan Matthews, out since week 2, that MCL injury in his knee. And as Philip Rivers said, they need balance back with this offense.
Oh, desperately. Obviously, when they struggled during the 3-game losing streak, so much pressure flooded in on Philip Rivers. They could not run the football, could not slow down the opposing pass rush. Hopefully they can do that today with Ryan Matthews.
Here's Matthews running right. There you go. Return to practice before their game. The bye week last week, as you see what Matthews has done for this team. Pro Bowler in 2011. And, Brandon Oliver, the undrafted kid out of Buffalo, was a nice little story, but they desperately need Matthews to perform. Yeah,
you can see his production. Now, in that 2nd game of the season, he played really well against the Seattle Seahawks. Has not played since. And so staying on the field has been a problem in his career. Did have a career high over 1,200 rushing yards one season ago.
Where does Rivers go here? Donald Brown giving Matthews a blow on 3rd and 10. Matthews eludes a set for a moment, had to throw across his body with the rush coming right in front of him. It was Antonio Smith coming hard. So Oakland's defense getting off the field. Rivers is hot, and San Diego will punt.
Oh, that's that pass protection we were talking about. Watch 94, Antonio Smith coming around the edge, giving chase to Philip Rivers, forced to throw the ball before Eddie Royal can come out of the break.
Well, how'd you like to be Antonio Smith? Came over from the Houston Texans. They lost their last 14 last year. Now in the midst of a 9-game losing streak, Smith has lost 23 straight football games. That is unfathomable, dating back to last season. Fair caught by Denarius Moore after the 44-yard punt. 7-0 Chargers. Thursday Night Football now lives on NFL Network. Jamal Charles and the red-hot Kansas City Chiefs, after their win today, look to keep it rolling against these Oakland Raiders on Thursday night, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, live on NFL Network. Alex Smith and company at home today with a victory over Seattle. And that game coming your way on Thursday night. So here is the rookie again, Derek Carr, back onto the field. Had that early fumbled snap, delayed handoff to McFadden, ahead to the 32-yard line. McFadden, a guy who came into the league back in 2008. Solomon, people expected him to have a big career. He's been over 1,000 yards only once, whether it be injuries or Oakland just having to abandon the run game because they just play from behind so much. Yeah, absolutely. Only 2 rushing touchdowns for the team. McFadden has them both, but that's by far the lowest rushing total in the National Football League. 2nd and 8. They mark it just inside the 32. Play action, take a shot, far side, it's batted down. Intended for Andre Holmes. Excellent recovery by the quarterback, Sharice Wright.
It's just pure press, bump and run, man-to-man coverage, and Sharice Wright just turns and opens up. And he's just trying to give Andre Holmes an opportunity to come down with the ball. And what did Tony Sperano tell us? He said, it's about time that his quarterback, Derek Carr, stop leaning on his teammates. It's time for him to lean on the teammates, I should say, instead of the teammates leaning on him. That's where he needs one of his teammates to make a play.
See the Raiders struggles on 3rd down this season. This is 3rd and 8. Chargers coming, quick slant over the middle. Carr finds Holmes for the Raiders' 1st down. Quick strike, knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, and they move the chains.
That's leaning on your teammate right there. Throwing a nice slanted. So you got to get across the face of the defender, present a nice picture, nice window for him to complete the pass. Sharice Wright getting beat on the play by Andre Holmes.
That's one thing Sperano mentioned that he has been impressed with Carr. Doesn't hold on to the football. And Carr so far has been sacked just 9 times over his first 9 games. Play action again. This is 1st and 10. Carr slides right with a run to throw. Finds Michael Rivera. That's the tight end inside San Diego territory. 1st down pickup and a lot more for Oakland. 33 yards for another 1st down.
Well, it's just a real good throw. It's going to be over to this side of the field, but watch the tight end. Rivera's going to come over to that area. after the play fake from Carr, and you can see him loosen the ball. Just cut it loose, and Rivera's able to run right under it. But he's coming from clear the other side, able to make the catch.
Darren McFadden lined up at the bottom of your picture. Empty backfield on 1st and 10. Carr, quick strike, looking right. Once again finds Rivera, the Southern California native. Out of Valencia, California. Tackle made by Cavell Connor, the former Colt. Minimal pickup of 3 yards.
You know, we talked about that Week 6 contest. It's the last time the Chargers have had a win. But I got to tell you, the Raiders really gave them a real good fight. And Derek Carr probably played his best game of the season. 4 touchdown passes in that game. Mike McCoy knows that you cannot allow the rookie quarterback to get comfortable here today because he's got talent in his arm and he can make a lot of plays throwing the football.
This is 2nd and 8, just inside the 25. Delayed handoff. This is Marcel Reese, the big fullback, using that 255-pound frame. Short pickup of 1 yard. We mentioned the ground game and the struggles that they've had. They have been historically bad, Solomon, in that department. They average just over 62 yards per game. That's the worst number in the NFL in 70 years.
Since 1946. I mean, I don't know what to say. Look, Raider Nation is silent over hearing those numbers. Yeah, you have to be able to do more in terms of running the football. Got to do more to help your rookie quarterback.
Where does Carr go here? Little shovel pass. They fumbled the football. What's the ruling here? It is ruled an incomplete pass. There's a forward pass, so they dodge a bullet there. That one was never controlled by McFadden.
There it is right there. You can see
it actually hit the lineman. That's Khalif Barnes, Solomon, who got in the way.
Yeah, he either hit Barnes. Barnes must have deflected it. Never got to the front side of Darren McFadden. It's those little plays there. Failure to execute flawlessly that really have derailed the Raiders' opportunity to win a football game.
This is a 42-yard attempt off the left foot of Sebastian Janikowski. So the Raiders' drive stalls. Janikowski able to salvage 3 points. 7-3. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
The NFL on is sponsored by Best Buy and by State Farm. Pump up your savings with a discount double check today.
Aerial coverage of today's game being provided by DirecTV. SPERO, DEDES, Solomon Wilcots, our entire CBS crew on a gorgeous Sunday in San Diego. Temperatures in the low 70s. This place packed to capacity. As David Carr, the Raiders rookie quarterback, marches him down the field. Janikowski's 42-yard field goal gets Oakland on the board. Let's check in again with Scott Kaplan. Scott?
SPERO, this season for the Chargers has a similar feeling to last year because last year the Chargers went to the bye in Week 8 at 4-3. They came out of the bye and dropped their first 3 games and had to hurry up and turn it all around, which they did, and they eventually made the playoffs and won a playoff game. Now they've lost 3 straight games going into the bye, and Mike McCoy says he thinks he can turn this team around, but he's got to do it with this first win here against the Raiders.
Yeah, he also has to do it by getting a win today, considering the Denver Broncos lost today, and the Kansas City Chiefs, you know, in a tussle with Seattle. You've got to stay close to those teams within your division, and it's a crowded playoff picture in the AFC.
1st and 10. Rivers going to throw it. Straight pass to Matthews. Brought down by Miles Burris at the 25-yard line. November has not been their favorite month. You'd be shocked to know that their winning percentage is under 200 dating back to 2011.
Yeah, 2-11 in the month of November over the last 3 years since 2011. You see last year and then so far this year. They've been plagued in the month of November.
Matthews again, minimal pickup on 2nd down and 5. McCoy led them to that 9-7 finish last year. First playoff appearance since 2009. They won their first postseason game since 2008. But things so competitive, Solomon, in the AFC West, you just can't afford to lose 3 straight games.
No, and Mike McCoy knows that. And I'll give Mike McCoy a lot of credit. You see those numbers in the month of November? Last year was woeful in November, but he got this team red hot in December and still was able to get into the postseason and win when they got there.
A postseason win in Cincinnati against the Bengals. Rivers on 3rd and 4. Little off-balance throw to Keenan Allen. Stumbles ahead, picks up the first down, brought down after a pickup of 8, and a San Diego first down.
Yeah, Phillip Rivers just doesn't throw this ball accurately. Look, it's at the feet of Keenan Allen. He falls down just digging it out the dirt, but you can see why. Pressure in the face of Phillip Rivers, and there could have been yards after that catch. He could have caught that one, turned, and ran for a larger gain had the ball been thrown a lot more clean.
First and 10, play action from Rivers. Throws it far side, it's caught. That's David Johnson, the tight end. Not much room to maneuver after the catch. Undercut by Miles Burris after a short pickup.
We can talk a lot about the run game for the San Diego Chargers, or at least the absence thereof over the last 3 weeks, but just protection for Phillip Rivers. You know, he's not a mobile quarterback. He's a stationary quarterback, but he will make accurate throws in the pocket as long as he has the ability to step up.
2nd and 7. Here's Matthews. Across the 40. First down right around the 44-yard line. Still a couple of yards short after a run of 6.
Ornberger, the center, right guard. Johnny Troutman, Chad Reinhardt, the left guard. Getting some movement in the interior portion of that Oakland Raiders defensive line. If you can do that for Ryan Matthews, he's been known to be able to find a crease and get the tough yardage running inside.
Big 3rd and 1 play. Matthews lines up behind the tight end Johnson in the backfield. Penalty marker thrown. Matthews has the first down. We'll wait the call now from Jeff Triplett as Matthews picks up 6 and is brought down just short of the 50.
Phillip got him with the hard count.
Offside defense, right tackle. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a first down.
Here you go. Watch the hard count. Phillip Rivers. He could have called maybe 3 or 4 different guys who were offsides there. You know, Matthews nearly popped that one if Charles Woodson doesn't make the tackle. It's nearly a free play for the San Diego Chargers.
So 1st and 10 after the penalty. Clock continues to run, just over 4 minutes to play, and San Diego in front 7-3. Rivers over the middle. That's his old warhorse, Antonio Gates. 69 touchdowns between those two. Another penalty marker comes in after a 6-yard pass.
Pass interference, offense, number 85. The 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
It's on Gates.
There's Antonio Gates. There he is. He's going to be the tight end right there. And let's see, he must have pushed off at the top of the route. That's where separation occurs. See right there. You can see that's where C.O. Moore was matched up in man-to-man coverage. And they're saying that Antonio Gates had to push in order to get separation.
It didn't look, Solomon, like his arms were outstretched. So a tightly called penalty there on Gates. Negates a 6-yard pickup. 1st and 20. Chargers back to their own 40.
You can't get a playoff here without a penalty flag.
Correction, timeout. Before the delay of game, timeout San Diego. They're first.
Jeff Triplett able to finally sort through the confusion, so the Chargers able to burn the timeout. They avoid the penalty, but McCoy not happy. With NFL Mobile, stream live local Sunday afternoon, primetime games, and NFL Red Zone right on your mobile device. Learn more right now at NFL.com/mobile. Offensive numbers nearly identical to this point. Early fumbled snap. With David Carr in Oakland set up the touchdown pass, 22-yard strike between Rivers and Malcolm Floyd. 1st and 20 from the 40. Rivers quick strike. Once again locates Allen. Charles Woodson, the former Defensive Player of the Year, future Hall of Famer, able to push him out of bounds after a pickup of 5.
talked to the San Diego Chargers. We met with them and tried to put our finger on the pulse of this football team as to what ailed them during that 3-game losing streak. And it seemed like it was several things.
8th play of the drive. This is Brandon Oliver, who took the league by storm after the number of injuries that they've had to deal with, Solomon, at the running back position. But, you know, you think, Solomon, you lose a game 37-0 like they did at Miami, you'd want to play right away, almost to a man. They told us that, boy, that bye came at the perfect time.
Absolutely. Gave them time to get healthy, gave them time to regroup, and it really gave them time to figure out, okay, how do we fix the run game? How do we get better pressure on quarterbacks? So many things were going wrong during that 3-game span.
Rivers got him again with the hard count. 3rd and 10. He's going to take a shot. Free play for Rivers. Allen going up high for it, and it's incomplete. Justin Tuck and Benson Mawoya may have jumped pre-snap. There's Brandon Ross on the coverage. Here's Triplett.
Offside defense, number 91. The 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 3rd down.
It's Justin Tuck. Yeah, the interception last week against Peyton Manning.
Again, it wasn't just Justin Tuck who was drawn offside by the hard count. And there you see Brandon Ross in coverage. Nearly came away with the interception. Phillip Rivers just taking a shot down the field, trying to give Keenan Allen an opportunity to make a play, knowing that he had drawn the defensive lineman offside.
Donald Brown into the game, split out top of your screen on 3rd and 5. Here's Rivers. Hit as he throws over the middle. Dangerous looking pass intended for Allen. He had it and knocked out of his hands. Excellent play by the rookie T.J. Carey. As Oakland's defense again able to get off the field.
You know, it's now seen Rivers just be out of sync with his receivers, throwing the ball before Keenan Allen made his cut. But that's because he's under immense pressure. Just about every time he drops back, he's being hit by one of the defensive linemen for the Oakland Raiders.
Here's Mike Cypher's 8 punts inside the 10 this season. That is tied for the NFL lead with Steve Weatherford of the Giants and Kevin Huber of the Bengals. And once again, he pins it inside the 10. He has been masterful this season. 39-yard punt, perfectly placed inside the 10 by Cyphers. Coming up Saturday, the SEC on CBS taking care of business with the best game from the best conference. It'll be the Razorbacks taking on the Rebels. Ole Miss at number 10 now as the landscape shifting again in college football. Begins with college football today. Mississippi State losing their first game of the year yesterday at Alabama. Things continue to get interesting in college football. 1st and 10. Carr has had some difficult starting circumstances. Early fumbled snap, and right now pinned inside the 10. This is Maurice Jones-Drew on his first rush. Picks up 2 yards. Well, here was Rivers on the sideline after that last punt. Very upset, Solomon, with it looks like Keenan Allen.
Yeah, Keenan Allen didn't cut, didn't break in front of the receiver soon enough, threw off the timing of the route. Both he and Keenan Allen having words. So clearly, quarterback and receiver, after spending an entire bye week together, not on the same page.
High formation set. Jones-Drew. You fake it to him. Play action. Backfield, Marcel Reese. Little short screen pass. Didn't fool the Chargers. Brandon Flowers leading the horde of defenders as they dump him for a loss of 1.
And boy, they're happy to have him back. You know, they're a little bit banged up in that secondary for the San Diego Chargers, but if you can make plays like this out on the perimeter, ball's going to be thrown out there, and then the ability to rally. What did they talk about during the bye week? One of the points of emphasis was just loafs. They felt like defenders could play with greater energy to just finish off plays. Give greater effort, energy, start getting to the ball.
3rd and 9. Carr, quick slant over the middle. Incomplete. Intended for Rivera.
Another 3 and out for this Oakland Raider offense. And you can see they just really do a really good job on the back end in coverage. Eric Weddle there. Look, everyone's getting to the ball. Shrinking windows, making it very difficult for Derek Carr to make completions.
Well, the biggest difference in the San Diego team, say what you want about, Rivers' stats going a little bit down during the 3-game losing streak. The Chargers defense, which over the first 6 weeks was allowing under 13 points per game. Those injuries really caught up with them during this slide. They've allowed 31 or more points in 3 of the last 4 games, but a good start today with some of the youngsters coming back off the injured list. 52-yard punt. That is looks like a live football. No signal yet. Looks like the Chargers have recovered. It was Keenan Allen. That one a little bit too close for comfort.
It was a heads-up play by Keenan Allen. Looked like it hit one of his teammates, and he smartly fell on it, securing the ball. Take a look here. Okay, no, it may have hit him. Everyone else started to get away from it. He tried to get away. I think he did the right thing. Just go ahead and recover it. If it's close, go ahead and recover the ball.
Allen's head must be spinning a little bit after Rivers was just on him a moment ago. So 7-3 Chargers under a minute to play in the quarter. Good field position to start from just outside their 40. End around play. This is Eddie Royal finding the edge. He's got the first down and more. Inside Raiders territory, inside the 45. Clock continues to run with 36 seconds left. A run of 16 from Royal.
Whenever you're struggling to run the ball, you're going to see Royal come this way. You have to be creative. This is one way to run it, one way to get to the edge of the defense where yards are to be had in the running game. And Royal is one of those players who can make plays once he has the ball in his hands. Just excellent design of the play by the coordinator, Frank Wright.
Final play of the quarter, 1st and 10. Inside Oakland's 45. Rivers swings it over the middle. Incomplete. Over the outstretched arm of the tight end Lardarius Green. Coverage by Ross. And we'll have one more play before the end of the quarter. Coming up tomorrow on CBS, a secret agent will be exposed on a can't-miss new NCIS Los Angeles. Tomorrow at 10/9 Central, only CBS. Ball marked at the 44, 2nd and 10. Lone setback is Matthews.
Checking the play at the line now.
All day for Rivers to throw, and it is incomplete. Looks like Boris is hurt. Ball was intended for Floyd, as that takes us to the end of the quarter. Well, Floyd had the early touchdown, can't hook up with Rivers here. But San Diego with the 7-3 lead. End of one. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Start of the second quarter, Qualcomm Stadium in San Diego. 7-3 Chargers. And they'll have it 3rd and 10 to start the quarter. SPERO, DEDES, Salmon, Wilcots, Scott Kaplan, rest of our CBS crew. Told you about what has gone down so far today in the AFC West. Peyton Manning in Denver. Upset. Shocker in St. Louis. So they now sit at 7-3. Kansas City, a home win over Seattle. So Chargers win today keeps them just one game off the pace in the division. 3rd and 10. Chargers 2 for 4 on 3rd down so far. Rivers incomplete on his last 3 attempts. Over the middle, finds the slanting Floyd. Well short, however, the first down. Oakland's defense keeping in front of them. They pick up only 3, and the Chargers will punt. Nice play by the second-year DJ Hayden.
Yeah, and Phillip Rivers is searching for some consistency within the offense. He can play a little bit better. You can tell he's out of sync with his receivers, and I'm pretty much surprised, Spero, because normally we expect the offense to be more crisp when you're coming off the bye week, where you put in extra work on these details.
Here's Cyphers. Pinned him back inside the 10 last time. Moore again signals for a fair catch, and Cyphers brilliant again. There is a penalty marker in. Near side of the field. It's a 34-yard punt. Our referee today is Jeff Triplett. And he has been busy.
Journey kick. Holding. Receiving team, number 39. Half the distance to go. First down.
It's Keith McGill on Jason Tarver's backup cornerbacks. There's Tony Sperano. Still searching for that elusive first win as Oakland's head coach. Coming up Thursday on CBS, can Sherlock Holmes outsmart a computer? Don't miss a new Elementary this Thursday, 10/9 Central, only CBS. Now there is SPERO, a man who has won over that locker room even as the losses continue to pile up. But boy, he's looking for some answers, Solomon, on offense.
34% of their possessions ending in a 3 and out. And that's the reason why they're ranked so low in terms of running the football. They don't get a lot of rushing opportunities. I think this is where their young quarterback has to begin to develop his game.
Keep it on the ground. That is Maurice Jones-Drew, minimal gain with a couple. And boy, Solomon, you talk about the importance of a good punter. Cypher's pinning him back inside the 10, and that makes life so difficult for a kid like Carr and an offense that has struggled to put points on the board.
Carr even said it. Sometimes he's trying to do too much. He said, that's when I tend to get in trouble. And you get in this situation, so you know that the offense has had a high number of 3 and outs. And so you want to prevent that. And so then that's when you try to do too much and disaster tends to strike.
Best game as a pro came in Oakland, week 6 against these Chargers. Went toe-to-toe with Rivers, 4 touchdowns, and nearly won that game. Here's Carr, has time over the middle, incomplete. Looked like Rivera and McFadden ran into each other. Miscommunication there. Donald Butler was also in the vicinity. It'll be 3rd down.
This is what you don't want. See, both receivers are in the same place. And I'm sure you say, well, who is Carr throwing it to? Well, both guys are there. It's kind of difficult to tell. Is Rivera supposed to clear out for McFadden to come underneath? Or does McFadden, is he supposed to stay outside and allow the isolation route to Michael Rivera?
And a lot of contacts from Butler before that ball arrived. 3rd and 8. Carr hit as he throws, takes a shot, up to see him, it's incomplete. Trying to find Holmes, double covered. Carr unable to thread the needle, and the Raiders forced to punt yet again.
Well, the coverage was there. There was double coverage. Take a look, 18, Andre Holmes. You're going to see help inside for Flowers. And there you see Weddle there, Flowers there. It would take a perfect throw in the receiver making an excellent grab of the ball in order to catch that one in double coverage.
Again, we talked about San Diego's defense, the drop-off. What have you seen from them so far?
Oh, they're playing much better today with greater energy, greater effort. But I think the back end and the secondary is playing very well, and they're getting at least enough pressure on the quarterback to make them uncomfortable.
Helps getting a lot of those speedy defenders back. We talked about Melvin Ingram and company, Joey Watauchu, as Allen Fair catches, and once again a short field for Rivers when we come back. Well, 2014 marks the NFL's 4th annual Salute to Service Military Appreciation Campaign. The effort honors veteran and active duty servicemen and women and their families. Earlier today, a spectacular aerial view of the Frog X parachute team landing here inside the stadium. Heavy military presence, of course, here in San Diego. Miramar, there it is, about a 10 to 15 minute drive from where we are here at Qualcomm. That is where Top Gun is headquartered. Just an incredible display before this game began. SPERO, DEDES, Solomon WILCOTS, Scott Kaplan. Rivers starting another drive, 1st and 10 over the middle. That's Green, the backup tight end. Inside Raiders territory, 11 yards and a Chargers 1st down.
And right now, both offenses are really struggling to find their way. And Phillip Rivers, 7 of 12 so far in the game, but you can see their first 4 possessions. Came out, looked good on that very first one on the touchdown toss to Malcolm Floyd. But since then, they've had to punt it in 3 consecutive possessions.
Lone setback is Brandon Oliver. Looks like Rivers audibilizes again on 1st and 10. This is Oliver trying to find the edge close to the 40 and brought down after a pickup of 2. Well, Oliver was talk of the NFL, undrafted out of Buffalo, college teammate, of course, of Khalil Mack, star rookie defender for the Raiders. But boy, since that torrid start, Solomon, his numbers have gone down steadily last 5 games.
Yeah, his last game where he had over 100 yards rushing was week 6 against these Raiders, and then 3 straight games where the numbers have gone down.
Oliver again on 2nd and 8. Able to make his old college roommate miss. That's Khalil Mack. And finally, Terrell Brown able to force him out of bounds. A late penalty marker comes in right at the line of scrimmage.
Holding, number 85 of the offense. It's a 10-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
Well, Mack, of course, drafted 5th overall out of Buffalo. 4 years, not only as teammates, they roomed together. Mack, one of the leading candidates for the NFL's Defensive Rookie of the Year. And here they were in that Bulls locker room.
One guy, Khalil Mack, 4th overall pick in the 2014 draft. Brandon Oliver, the school's all-time leading rusher. And, I think there was some discrimination because of the height. He went undrafted after having a successful career at the University of Buffalo.
Short guys just got to work harder sometimes, but clearly start for Oliver to his NFL career. 2nd and 18 after the penalty. Rivers all discombobulated, threw it behind the running back.
Well, we've seen some, miscommunication between Rivers and his receivers. We talked about the throw earlier to Keenan Allen where they had a discussion, a heated discussion, and then you can see this was thrown behind him. Now, one could say you could see him throwing it over the head of Brandon Oliver, but it was behind him as well. No chance to come down with that.
3rd and 18. This was a drive that started right around where they are there at the 48. Rivers, not sure where he was going with that football. Donald Brown, the nearest receiver in the vicinity. And an ugly looking possession for the Chargers. They will punt.
Oh, good protection on this one. You're going to see. Take a look. And Rivers, let's see what he sees. Okay, he's looking downfield and there's nowhere to go with the ball. And so now he just tries to hit the check down. It looked as if his intended receiver, Donald Brown, coming out of the backfield, never saw the ball.
This was a San Diego team that started the year 5-1, 5 straight wins. But they have lost 3 straight, have not won since week 6 in Oakland. 35 days since that last victory. Demarius Moore trying to find some open real estate, nowhere to go. After the 42-yard punt from Cyphers, a return of only 3. 7-3 Chargers on CBS.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Verizon XLTE on America's largest, most reliable 4G LTE network. The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, starring Jennifer Lawrence, in theaters Friday. And by the all-new Chrysler 200, America's import.
Beautiful day to be on the water here in downtown San Diego. 7-3 back inside Qualcomm Stadium. Raiders rookie quarterback Derek Carr back onto the field with Oakland down by 4. 1st and 10. Carr wrapped up. Somehow he eludes the sack. Carr's going to tuck it away, run it. What a play by the rookie. It was Kendall Reyes who thought he had him wrapped up, and somehow the escape from Carr.
One of the things you don't talk about enough, and watch Reyes going to come right down the center. Get pressure off that right edge, I should say, flushes Carr out of the pocket. He doesn't get enough credit for this, his athleticism, for his toughness, and I think just for being heady. He eludes sacks. Only 9 sacks so far on the season for Derek Carr.
Well, his older brother wasn't as lucky. Of course, David Carr, a high draft pick, was sacked 49 times over his first 9 NFL career games. That's Maurice Jones-Drew. Short pickup on 2nd and down. But again, Sperano says he has a plan with the football, and he reads defenses and blitzes, Solomon, very, very well for a rookie.
As he told us, he's been seeing NFL blitzes since he was in high school, having studied under his older brother. And you can tell he just has a great familiarity where pressure's coming from and quickly processes things and knows where to go with the football.
3rd and 10. Carr stepping back, again escapes the sack, but his pass is incomplete. Holmes asking for a penalty, won't get one. And once again, the Raiders will punt.
Now ask yourself, how many quarterbacks are sacked in situations like this? Pressure in his face, steps back, reloads, and gets rid of the ball, where Holmes appeared to have some kind of contact down the field with one of the defenders. But look at him move in the pocket. The pocket presence has that throwing motion. It stays intact, and he quickly is able to elude the sack and still get rid of the football.
Third straight punt for the Raiders. 5 of their 6 drives so far have gone from 9 yards or less. Marquette King boots it away. Allen signals fair catch. It'll take a short Raiders bounce out of bounds just outside the 40. 46-yard punt from King. Rivers looking to get their offense back in gear, up 7-3. 7-3 Chargers. We go downstairs to Scott Kaplan.
Well, SPERO, on that last Chargers defensive series, Phillip Rivers sat on the bench, his head down. He went through still photographs with the offensive coordinator, Frank Reich. Very frustrated, Phillip Rivers. He's usually an up and a rah-rah kind of guy, but sat on the bench and he was pretty upset.
Here's Matthews, first game action for their star running back since September the 14th. And you have to think that adding to Rivers' frustration is the fact that they're coming out of a bye week. They should be more set.
Oh, absolutely. After that throw, his first of the game went for a touchdown. It's just been really confusing for Phillip Rivers. He and his receiver not on the same page. You can see him attempting to make throws, receivers thinking one thing while he's thinking another.
This is 2nd and 9. That's Gates. First down pickup inside Raiders territory down to the 44. Picks up a dozen through the air. When all else fails, you go to old reliable Gates.
Yeah, I think you'd be worried if he and Antonio Gates were out of sync. I don't think we've ever seen with these Chargers since this quarterback and this tight end has started playing together where they weren't on the same page.
6th different receiver who has caught a pass today from Rivers. Matthews splits out, bottom of your picture, on 1st and 10. Rivers hit as he throws, somehow gets it out to Royal. Inside the 35, ahead to the 32. Another San Diego first down. They pick up 13.
Well, take a look, pressure coming right up the middle, right in the face of Rivers. He stands there, makes the throw. Just an excellent throw as he was hit by Antonio Smith. And there you see Royals wide open, saving Phillip Rivers, giving him somewhere to go with the football.
7th different receiver to catch a pass. Royal had a rush earlier, and that his first reception. Matthews, the lone setback. Chargers keep it on the ground. Matthews, a little extra burst. Hard collision right around the 24-yard line. It was Brandon Ross, the safety, coming up, and that was an NFL hit. A run of 9 for Matthews.
Real patient runner is Ryan Matthews. Dissecting the defense, getting to the 2nd level, and he's got to protect himself a little bit. He did a good job of protecting the ball after taking that lick from Brandon Ross.
Longest run for Matthews. You see his numbers. They give him a blow. Actually, Matthews again, I beg your pardon, gets to the 20. Solomon, what have you seen from Matthews as they move the chains for the first down?
I like what I'm seeing. You can tell he's got a good feel, good rhythm for the blocking up front. He can anticipate where the holes are going to be, and he still has the acceleration to get there. You can see what they have done in his absence, averaging 3.1 yards per carry as he's missed 7 games, but doing much better today.
1st and 10. Draw play. Matthews again. Little juke inside the 15, brought down by Charles Woodson. Right around the 14-yard line. San Diego has scored on 56 straight red zone possessions. That is the longest active streak in the NFL.
And if they keep running the ball like that with Ryan Matthews, who looked really good on that run, you're going to see this offense is going to continue to produce down inside the red zone.
There's Mike McCoy at 42, still the youngest head coach in the NFL. 4 years as Denver's offensive coordinator prior to coming to the Chargers. Here is Oliver, a little fire hydrant getting inside the 10. Such a low center of gravity as they pick up another first down after a run of 4.
Well, this will help the quarterback, Phillip Rivers, get in rhythm as well. And you can run the ball the way that they're doing it. And remember, these rush yards are coming right up the gut, right in the interior portion of that Oakland Raiders defense. So the offensive line for San Diego starting to get some movement. And when you can run it like this, then you can get the play-action pass opportunities to Antonio Gates down inside the red zone.
8th play of the drive. 1st and goal. Oliver taking on tacklers. Isn't it harder, Sally, as a defender, to have to bring a guy like Oliver down? The target zone is just that much smaller at his size.
Yeah, and then he runs with a great body lean. He's a difficult guy to tackle. Look at the lean there. What do you hit him on top of his shoes? That's going to be very difficult to get him on the ground. And he may be short in stature, but he still has some power in those legs.
Oliver stays on the field on 2nd and goal. Oliver, minimal pickup. So a 3rd and goal coming up. Oakland's defense trying to hold them to 3 here. Nice recovery by Ross.
Yeah, watch 29 Ross. He shoots the gap. You blitz the run, particularly when they start to heat it up. I think it's a good call by the defensive coordinator, Jason Tarver, understanding they wanted to run in that situation, and just saw as Brandon Ross just folded right on in, shot the gap, was able to make the tackle.
Raiders defense has played well so far. Oliver split out top of your screen, now goes in motion on 3rd and goal. Rivers, look at end zone, pump fakes, barely brought it back, under pressure, and no choice but to throw it away as Benson Mawoya giving chase, and a field goal unit onto the field.
Now let's see, we've got guys here. You've got all the receivers trips to his right. Oliver's going to come out of the backfield up top. They're covered. So is Antonio Gates up top. Look, every single guy locked up, man-to-man covers. They're just doing a really good job of taking away Rivers' receivers. Then he slushed out of the pocket. He has nowhere to go with the ball. Excellent coverage on the back end for the Raiders secondary.
So Mayoya able to get to Rivers from the back, forces him to throw that ball away, and now Novak on for the 23-yard field goal. And that one is good. He has been automatic. He's now hit a franchise record 32 consecutive field goals dating back to last season. Chargers drive stalls, but they build on their lead on CBS.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Walmart, where you'll find unbeatable prices on this year's top gifts. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Silver and black, well represented as they always are. Plenty of Chargers fans in the house as well, of course. 10-3, San Diego in front with 4:12 left before halftime. SPERO, DEDES, Solomon, WILCOTS, Scott Kaplan. Rest of our CBS crew. Big game for the Chargers, trying to stay 1 game back in the AFC West. Here's Murray. One out of bounds right around the 20-yard line. As we go back downstairs, once again, check in with Scott.
SPERO, as Derek Carr goes back out onto the field. Mike McCoy, the Chargers coach, told us Friday in our meetings, he said, this kid's been on my radar for a long time. I always knew he was going to be an NFL quarterback. We said, how's that? He said, well, when his brother Derek was with me in Carolina, this is when McCoy was the quarterback's coach, well, little brother used to come to training camp and throw it all around all the time. And he said he had a big-time arm back then.
Scott, thanks. Yeah, David was in Carolina 1 season when McCoy was an offensive assistant there under Dan Henning. I know this kid has a pretty good career in front of him, despite the losses that continue to pile up. First down, tough throw across his body, trying to locate Bryce Butler, and the officials say it is a completed pass.
Yeah, you can see the arm talent, and he whips this one in there. But it really is time now, with all the talent that we talk about with Derek Carr, it's time for him to start producing. He even told us himself, he said, it is time for me to go beyond the playbook and elevate my game at critical moments. That means start to produce points, start to produce some memorable moments within the offense.
Fullback Reese in motion. And now looks like a challenge flag may have been thrown out. And there it is. Mike McCoy wants the officials to look at it again.
See, and that's where an experienced quarterback, how many times have we seen Tom Brady, some of the experienced quarterbacks, get to the line of scrimmage, get that next place, and have the ball snap.
San Diego is challenging the ruling on the field of a completed pass.
You're able to get another play in and get the ball snapped. No way are they able to make this challenge.
So they'll take a look upstairs. Oakland desperate for points. Stay with us. Here's the call from Jeff Triplett. That 15-yard pass to Butler under review.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. The receiver caught the ball, toe tap, 2 toes down, inbounds. It's completed catch. San Diego is charged their second timeout and their first challenge of the game.
All right, let's bring in our officiating expert, Mike Carey from New York. Mike?
Yes, if I was in the booth, I would do the same thing. You'll see the receiver gets his left toe tap in, then the right tap before he hits out of bounds. An excellent call on the field. That's a very, very tough call.
All right, Mike Carey from New York. Darren McFadden with a first down run, so a 15-yard pass play moves the chains as Oakland trying to get into the end zone, Solomon. Only down 7 despite all the issues that they've had offensively.
Yeah, and it was Tony SPERO said. We talked about all the pressure on his quarterback, Derek Carr. He said it's time for him to lean on his teammates. The guys around him's got to start making plays in the run game. The receivers got to make catches like what we saw from Bryce Butler.
Chargers showing blitz. Ingram coming right in the face of Carr. That one completed to Brian Leonhardt, the second-year tight end. They pick up 4.
He's a good-looking tight end. 6'5", 255. Brian Leonhardt. He is, look at this, big guy. Turn around, present that big chest to the quarterback. Provides an easy target to make completion.
Big moment for the rookie here on 3rd and 1. Not much success on 3rd downs today.
They almost had too many guys in the huddle.
Oakland, they're first. Their 30-second timeout.
Still have the 2-minute warning with those 2 timeouts. Down 7. Chargers team that is trying to put the brakes on a 3-game losing streak. As you go back, some 12 men in that huddle.
Yeah, let's see. How many? 4? Yes. Look at that. If you keep counting, there you go. And then so they have to burn the timeout in order to avoid the penalty.
Biggest play for this offense so far. McFadden and Reese in the I formation. Chargers load the box. McFadden, did he get it? Had to get to the 45. They'll need a favorable spot. Clock continues to run. And the officials say he didn't get it.
Wow. You have to be able to convert these opportunities. You said this was the worst rushing average that a team has had in the last, 70 years, Spero? You can't convert 3rd and inches, 3rd and 1. We talk about helping the young quarterback, and even Sperano has said, yeah, Carr right now is having to do too much for the offense and maybe even too much for the football team in order for them to be successful.
Shane's crew will come out. Solomon, you're an 0-9 team, haven't won in almost a calendar year.
What do you have to
Any
lose, right?
doubt that you go for it?
I would go ahead and go for it. Not that I saw anything on that 3rd down play that would encourage me, but yeah, I think you still go ahead and go for it. You've got to challenge your guys on this offensive line. And not so sure they're going to do it. Well, yeah, there you see, they're giving them spirited conversation over there. They're going to send them back out.
Well, Marquette King has come onto the field. This is a bit of a surprise, unless he's got a fake dialed up.
Well, whenever I see a special team coach meeting with his guys for that long before the punt team comes out, I'm smelling a fake. I'm just always saying, hey guys, alert, alert, because that's a long conversation for this to just be another routine punt. Now, they may go ahead and punt it, but if I'm the San Diego Chargers, I would be on high alert.
They'll try to win the battle of field position here. Will they get it off before the 2-minute warning? And they won't.
This is the 2-minute warning.
A little extra time to think about it. 7-point game. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
As we return to Qualcomm Stadium, special teams coach for the Raiders, Bobby April, have to wonder if he still would like to maybe attempt a fake punt after the 2-minute break.
We saw them fake one a couple of weeks ago in Cleveland. But Marquette King, one of the top young punters in the NFL. On the kick from his own 35. Allen from his own 7 stumbles initially, gets out across the 20. Nice run back and recovery by Allen. 48-yard punt. and a return of 16. Coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report, we'll send you to the guys in New York. All the latest NFL scores and highlights, plus a preview of Thursday Night Football coming up this week on NFL Network. All next on the Verizon Halftime Report. Already one big upset today. Some huge games around the NFL here in Week 11. Peyton Manning and the Broncos going down in St. Louis to the Rams. Big break for Philip Rivers. Can they capitalize here? A win, and they will be just one game off the pace in the AFC West. Donald Brown makes the catch. Quick release by Rivers. 4 yards through the air. Forced out of bounds by Woodson.
Woodson still putting in work. Many of his teammates very impressed with his professional demeanor. 17 years in the NFL to be on an 0-9 team, but yet comes to take every work, prepares hard, really gives his all in every single game, as you saw in that play there.
Chargers playing with one timeout. $1:44 to play in their lead at only 7. Rivers looking left. Takes a shot far side. That one never had a chance. Intended for Allen. And Rivers now, Solomon, just 10 for 19 for 87 yards. Take away that early touchdown to Floyd. Not much to talk about.
Yeah, and look at the coverage. The coverage is there. There's 3 defenders bracketing 2 receivers. There's nowhere to go. He had to throw it away as the pressure was bearing down upon him.
It's a Raiders defense that was historically bad to start the season, but they have played much better of late. Particularly right here on 3rd down. Rivers from the gun on 3rd and 6. Throws off his back foot. Gets it to Royal. His second reception. Big play for the Chargers, 1st down.
Yeah, and it's just a really good route. Going to be run by Eddie Royal. Take a look. He's able to run that 7 route, working against the defensive back, DJ Hayden's able to catch it and extend.
Quick snap as he gets to the line of scrimmage. Looks like a false start penalty against the Chargers, and Rivers hot yet again.
False start. Number 13 in the offense. 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
That's the wide receiver, Keenan Allen.
Yeah, he and Philip Rivers had words earlier. See, they're having a little chat in the huddle, but they simply have to get on the same page.
So they'll mark him back 5 yards, 1st and 15 after the penalty. Chargers still have that one timeout in their back pocket with 1:15 left. Over the middle, Rivers finds Allen. Tackle just short of the 50. Pickup of 8. Again, one timeout left. We come up on 1 minute left.
And there you see better chemistry right there. That was a good combination route, allowing Keenan Allen to come open underneath.
2nd and 7. Rivers, quick drop again. This is Floyd. Dances inside the 45. Brought down at around the 42 by Hayden. Another San Diego 1st down.
Yeah, good tackle by Hayden, not allowing Malcolm Floyd. See, he's trying to get out of bounds right there to stop the clock, and not allowed to do so because of the tackle by DJ Hayden.
12-yard pass play, 1st and 10 from the 42. Chargers still have one final timeout. Quick strike again, that's Gates. Run out of bounds just outside the 35. They pick up 5 yards. Another reminder, the Verizon Halftime Report coming up in minutes. JB, Tony, Bart Boomer, and Coach Cowers standing by in New York. Get your preview of Thursday Night Football on NFL Network on the Verizon Halftime Report coming up next. There's Nick Novak, Mr. Automatic, 32 consecutive field goals. Rivers trying to get him closer on 2nd and 5. 27 seconds left. They've got one timeout remaining. Rivers over the middle. Allen cuts back, has the 1st down, trying to get out of bounds. The clock will continue to run. Brown got to him. 15 seconds.
He didn't make it. That was a great tackle on the perimeter by Terrell Brown.
Just going to run it down, and they will settle for the field goal.
Timeout, San Diego.
Clearly wasted a lot of time. It was about 17 seconds left on the clock after he was tackled.
You thought maybe he'd spike it.
Yeah, you could have spiked
give
it,
him one final
absolutely.
chance.
It's a first down. They could have saved precious time and still had an opportunity to take a shot at the end zone.
See the disappointment on the face of McCoy. Well, let's take another look. Here was the scenario. So much time left, about 18 seconds, as Rivers had him at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and now he's just waiting. While he's waiting to use the final timeout at 1 second. And okay, they're going to go ahead and kick a field goal, but why would you have not spiked the ball at 17 seconds and still had a couple of plays to take a shot at the end zone?
Well, this is a Chargers offense that has been in disarray after that early touchdown pass to Floyd. Last time out 2 weeks ago, first shutout in Miami, 37-0. 48-yard attempt from Novak is no good. He had hit 32 consecutive field goals dating back to last season. Misses here from 48.
Yeah, they missed on an opportunity to score otherwise what could have been potentially a touchdown. With 17 seconds, spiking the ball, it would have been a second down play. I thought they could have taken a shot, but they were going to settle for the field goal, and they miss it, much to the delight of Tony Sperano.
Tony Sperano standing by with Scott Kaplan.
All right, Coach, so clearly your defense has frustrated the San Diego offense, but not much momentum on your offense. What will you do in the second half to get something going?
We'll be okay second half, okay? We got to get some field position to start this thing off. Our defense is playing well. Okay, they come out, they get the ball. We'll make a stop here on defense, change the field a little bit, okay, and get some things going on offense.
Yeah, and then momentum there with that missed field goal.
Absolutely, okay, momentum, good stop by our defense there. Hey, they've done a nice job flying around right now. We just got to get some things going on offense. We'll be fine.
All right, Coach, good luck in the second half. Thank you.
All right, the Chargers will receive the football to start that second half, but under pressure today as they try to keep pace in that AFC West. End of the first half, 7-point lead for the Chargers. We'll be back with the Verizon halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Seven-point lead for the San Diego Chargers as we are ready and underway to start this third quarter. SPERO, DEDES, and WILCOTS, Scott Kaplan, rest of our crew. Chargers able to get close to the 15-yard line, returned by Chris Davis. As we check in downstairs, Scott Kaplan, who just spoke to Mike McCoy.
That's right, SPERO. I walked from the locker room to the field with Mike McCoy. He said he was very upset with the fact that his team was inefficient both in the passing game and in the running game. He says, we're going to keep on trying to pound it, though, through the running game. He said, we had short fields to work with, and our defense also set us up, but we didn't take advantage of it. So Mike McCoy says they're just going to stay with the game plan and see if they can't knock this one out and get this win.
Yeah, I think very interesting that they're not able to be efficient early in the game after coming off the bye week. That's something that really surprises me because, you know, Mike McCoy, Phillip Rivers, a veteran quarterback, well-coached football team, and then we're seeing miscommunication between the quarterback and his intended receiver.
Chargers looking for their first win in 35 days. It was October the 12th in Oakland against these Raiders. They've lost 3 straight and suddenly find themselves at 5-4. Ryan Matthews crosses the line of scrimmage, picks up only 1 as he plays for the first time since September the 14th.
Yeah, Coach talked about being inconsistent in all phases of the game, but I think the 62 rush yards in the first half of the Chargers, that's something I think they can hang their hat on. At times, they look really good running the football with Ryan Matthews, who had missed their previous 7 games.
2nd and 9, Rivers to Allen. These two had a couple of miscues in the first half. We saw Rivers on the young second-year wide receiver as they pick up 5 yards through the air and will face a 3rd and short. Quarterback numbers over that first half. Derek Carr, that fumble on their first play, Solomon from scrimmage, trying to recover.
But I will tell you this, Carr has shown tremendous poise to be able to come back after that. Now he's got to start producing more explosive pass plays in the Raiders offense.
Rich Ornberger, one of 3 different centers that the Chargers have used, is out with injury as the Raiders get to Rivers. Antonio Smith. First sack as a Raider for the 11th year vet.
He just explodes. Look at this. He's going to come from this side, right over there on the left, as he beats number 78, Chad Reinhardt, to get to Phillip Rivers. Knocking down the hands. Look at Reinhardt. Just turns, can't cut him off. Can't keep him from getting to the quarterback. There he is. Pulling out the blade.
It has been an anemic pass rush for Oakland this season. Smith, one of the offseason free agent acquisitions that was supposed to help with that rush. Finally, his first sack with his new team. This one is Moore taken on a bounce. He's going backwards. Excellent coverage on the punt by San Diego. 51-yard boot. And Moore loses 5 yards. Oakland still looking for its first touchdown. They're down 7. First possession of the second half. Their rookie quarterback, second-round pick out of Fresno State, Derek Carr, onto the field. On 1st and 10. Carr hesitated initially. Little shovel pass out of the backfield to Reese. Resourceful play by the rookie. They don't pick up much. Actually lose yardage. They drop him for a loss of 4. And miscues one of the storylines for the Raiders.
How about on the first play of the game for the Oakland Raiders, the fumble? And then that was a shovel pass. It was incomplete, but you could tell they're in one another's way. Things are not as well coordinated for Tony Sperano's offense. You could see the 3 and outs in the first half. It's really been frustrating for the Raiders offense.
2nd and 14. Here's McFadden, crosses the 25 ahead to the 28-yard line. Close to the original line of scrimmage. Raiders in the first half had 15 rushing yards, Solomon. It's the 3rd straight game that they've had 15 or less rushing yards in the first half. That's incredible.
And Sperano talks about it. He says, hey, that's the identity that we want. We're not getting enough plays. We're not getting enough opportunities to run the football. I think they're averaging only about 18 rushing attempts per game, the fewest in the National Football League.
Not giving their rookie quarterback much support. And now he's faced with a 3rd and 12. Carr steps up in the pocket. High arching pass. McFadden had his back turned. It falls incomplete. Dwight Freeney coming back, tipping that pass. Another 3 and out for the Raiders, and they will punt.
And take a look at it, because you're going to see Derek McFadden coming out. Now, he doesn't even see the ball. Freeney sees the ball, and he's not even looking. Look, the defender locates the ball well before McFadden does.
McFadden just kind of got turned around, lost his place for a moment, and unable to locate the football before it falls incomplete. Another punt from King, who's had a busy afternoon. Fair catch signaled by Allen. And it takes a very short roll for the Raiders. 39-yard punt. Rivers back onto the field, 7 points in front.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. McDonald's, official sponsor of the NFL. I'm loving it. And by T. Rowe Price, understanding the connections of a complex global economy. Invest with confidence.
Picturesque day in Southern California. Temperatures in the low 70s. And what has been a low-scoring game so far. 10-3, Chargers in front. Early stages, 3rd quarter. Phillip Rivers, if you've just joined us, just 16 for 25 for $140 so far. Did have the early touchdown pass to Floyd, 22-yard strike. Rivers throws across the field, tight coverage, incomplete, trying to find Allen. And that leads us into the wisdom of Solomon here in Week 11.
Well, since the start of last season, 12 times the quarterback has thrown for 5 touchdown passes or more. 3 of those came against the Raiders. Nick Foles last year in Week 9 had 7 touchdown passes. Week 15 last season, Alex Smith did it. Peyton Manning had 5 touchdown passes last week against this football team. So Phillip Rivers knows that a lot of big plays, touchdown passes are to be had against this defense.
Here's Ryan Matthews, crossed the 35, ahead to the 37-yard line. You've got a very proud guy back there, Charles Woodson, trying to put a halt to that streak, and so far they have held up very, very well.
Take a look at the quarterbacks who are coming up on the schedule for this Oakland Raider defense. They're going to see Alex Smith. Colin Kaepernick's capable of putting up big numbers, and we know Peyton Manning already had the 5 touchdown passes last week against the Raiders defense, as we said. So they've got to get their act together, and it starts today. And if you're Phillip Rivers, you want to get your offense back on track, might want to start on this 3rd down.
Big 3rd and 5. Critical stretch for Oakland, looking for that first win. Today marks a stretch of 3 games in 15 days. As penalties whistle that play dead before the ball was snapped. Looks like a encroachment against Oakland.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense, number 52. Jumped in the neutral zone, causing the offense to false start. It's a 5-yard penalty, which results in a first down.
That's Khalil Mack, one of the leading candidates for the NFL's Defensive Rookie of the Year award.
There you see him right there at the bottom of the screen there, being drawn offside by the cagey veteran quarterback Phillip Rivers.
Second defensive offside called against Oakland today. So automatic first down, big call for San Diego. 1st and 10 from their own 43. Matthews dashes Oakland inside the 40, all the way down to the 38-yard line, brought down by Hayden. 20-yard burst and a first down run from Matthews.
Right guard, Troutman, and Fluker just doing a really good job of creating a run lane for Matthews. Look, right over here, and then he gets to the second level. And see, watch him accelerate off the block by Fluker. And Troutman as well.
Told you earlier, Hornberger, their center, leaving this game with injury. So Chris Watt, one of their rookie offensive linemen, Solomon, has to play center. He's the 4th different center that has played in front of Rivers this season.
Yeah, they've had a lot of moving parts on that offensive line, but that right side between Troutman 63, Fluker 76, they've been steady, and King Dunlap has been really good at the left tackle position.
Well, they lost Nick Hartwick, their starting center, on opening day. That's an injury that hasn't been talked about enough here. Rivers trying to play through it. 2nd and 6. Keep it on the ground. This is Oliver. Short pickup, brought down at the 31-yard line. Here are the updated standings in the AFC West. We told you about the upset earlier. Peyton Manning and Denver losing at the Rams today. So they fall to 7-3. The Chiefs won at home over Seattle. San Diego can win here. They stay 1 game off the pace.
Well, you got to get a win. If you're Mike McCoy, you're the Chargers, and you plan on continuing to have the conversation of making the playoffs inside of your building, you've got to win this game here on the road. You've got to take care of business at home, particularly when you're coming off a bye week.
Critical 3rd and 4. They mark it at the 31. Raiders showing blitz. Rivers under pressure. Throws. High arching pass. Majestic catch by Floyd over the shoulder. It'll be 1st and goal, San Diego. There is a marker coming in late. As it stands, it is a 24-yard pass play.
Holding, number 77 in the offense. 10-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
And that is the kind of day it's been for this offense. And now Rivers may be cramping up.
Rivers is going to get hit on this play. There's 77. There's the play right there by King Dunlap. And it is Khalil Mack who falls on the back of the legs of Phillip Rivers, and he's hobbled.
Oh, boy. That is the absolute last thing that Mike McCoy and these fans want to see.
Things go from bad to worse. You have a big play that comes off the board, and your quarterback is hobbled.
Rivers, at least for the moment, is going to try to grit through it. 3rd and 14. As that negates a brilliant catch by Malcolm Floyd of 24 yards. Third and 14. Rivers completes to Allen. Going to be well short of the first down they needed to get to the 27. As we go back to the hit on Rivers.
Yeah, it's going to be Khalil Mack. He's right there going up against King Dunlap. And then watch as Dunlap falls on him. He falls on the lower legs of Phillip Rivers. He looks to be in pain, but he's going to fight it off. Well, the legs to a quarterback are so important. I know we talk about their arms, but in order to have great accuracy and balance, you need strength in your legs and the core part of your body.
52-yard attempt from Novak is good. His long streak of 32 straight makes ended earlier. That time he atones with a 52-yarder, but now the concern on Rivers on that San Diego sideline. Once again, a look at the hit. 10-point lead. You're watching the NFL on CBS. I continue to look at the leg of Phillip Rivers, one of the true Iron Men at his position. 138th consecutive start, second longest active streak behind only New York's Eli Manning.
Yeah, since he's become a starter for these Chargers, he's always showing up for work. And what do they say? Your best ability is your availability. To be able to show up each and every Sunday for your owner, for your town, and for your team.
52-yard field goal from Nick Novak gives the Chargers a 10-point lead. Latavius Murray stumbling short of the 20. Another penalty marker comes in after a return of 23 yards.
Holding, number 51 in the return team. Half the distance to go, first down.
Well, Kellen Clemens is the Chargers' backup quarterback. You see Rivers talking to him as they play. It's the left knee of Rivers.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by T-Mobile. And by the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot.
Third straight possession for the Raiders that has started inside their own 10. McFadden, a lone setback, 1st and 10 from just outside the 7. Chargers coming with the blitz. Carr airs it out. Finding a leaping Holmes. Penalty marker comes in. Could this be offensive pass interference?
Holmes had his hand
it is.
Square in the back of Sharice Wright.
Pass interference, offense, number 18. Half the distance to go, still first down.
Now remember, this is a point of emphasis during the offseason. Pushing off, grabbing jersey, anything to gain the advantage at the top of the route. And there you see the hands on the back of Sharice Wright. No, it wasn't an overt push, but the rule book says that the wide receiver cannot initiate contact with the defender beyond 5 yards down the field.
1st and 14 after the penalty. McFadden lines up bottom of your screen. Carr from the gun. Over the middle. Incomplete. McFadden was picked on the play, and now a penalty marker comes in. Cavell Connor, the man who ran into him. Our referee today is Jeff Triplett as Connor is shaken up.
Now this may not. Oh no, this was incidental contact.
Pass interference, 20 on the offense.
Wow.
That penalty is declined. The result of the play is second down.
This 2 in a row. They're going to say that McFadden initiated. Oh yeah. That was quite clear.
Yeah, that'll get the penalty marker.
That was more than a pick. That was almost a knockout punch right there that Darren McFadden provided on Cavell Connor, I should say. Yeah, he initiated contact in the worst way possible.
Brutal hit that Connor has to absorb. Still trying to walk it off on that Chargers sideline. Latavius Murray. First time we've seen him. Play action from Carr. 2nd and 14. That pass sails high, incomplete. Over the hands of Butler as we go downstairs to Scott Kaplan.
Phillip Rivers is walking around on this San Diego sideline, and he seems to be okay, and he's not really limping at all like he was when he came off the field. The team orthopedic doctor and the team trainer pushed and they pulled and they checked for structural damage in his knee, but he's up and he's walking around and he looks pretty good.
You said he was an Iron Man, SPERO. This guy is tough. We saw him hobbled, but now he's walking around as if nothing ever happened.
Murray, the lone setback, 3rd and 14. Carr from his own end zone, backpedaling. Able to find the running back, Murray. First time we've called his name today. They lose a yard on the play, and they will punt from deep in their own end zone.
Watch the footwork of Carr. Look, throwing position. Always ready to throw it accurately down the field. And that kind of footwork is not common in a quarterback. The ability to move quickly, to evade the rush, but still maintain a throwing and passing posture, that's playing the position at a very high level. Now he's got to just start making more plays, throwing the ball down the field.
Marquette King has had more punts in the NFL than any other punter. 6th consecutive punt in this game. Booming kick fielded by Allen from his own 35. Allen cuts back across the field, up across the 45. 62-yard punt. And Allen runs it back for 11. So Rivers, after they looked at that left knee, back onto the field. Chargers by 10. We'll get the fastest football scores and updates with the CBS Sports app, the fastest app for sports fans. Download it now. Get the CBS Sports app today. 13-3 Chargers. An offense that has barely been able to get out of first gear today. Just happy that Rivers is still on the field. What appeared to be a left knee injury moments ago. Miscommunication here between Rivers and Matthews. All kinds of confusion, and Rivers visibly frustrated.
Yeah, we've seen these kind of moments. Look, the line blocks down. Ryan Matthews clearly goes the wrong way. I mean, that was quite clear. Rivers is expecting him to go to the left side. When the left side of the line blocked down, that's a clear sign that that's the way and direction the run was supposed to go.
Matthews missing the last 7 games. Chargers went 4-3 in his absence. So far he's rushed for 63 yards. Rivers 2nd and 11. Over the middle, this is Allen. Second-year target. Gets to the 50, 5 yards through the air. Tackled by the rookie T.J. Carey, who missed their game last week with an ankle injury. Qualcomm Stadium, downtown San Diego. Chargers can score here. They can finally distance themselves a little bit on the scoreboard, but you just wonder about this offense.
Yeah, but they can't get out of their own way. They squandered a first down, had a nice completion on second down, already facing a 3rd and 6.
Donald Brown in motion. Split out at the top of your picture on 3rd and 6. Well, Rivers so effective with that hard count today. Has drawn him off sides already twice. What's the call here?
Neutral zone infraction. Defense, number 91. 5-yard penalty. Still
Justin
3rd
Tuck.
down.
Yeah, Tuck is going to be right in front of DJ Fluker. And watch him jump at the top. Fluker's jumping up and down saying, yeah, he moved before I did. The officials agree. Now this defense, particularly Justin Tuck and his group, they haven't had a lot of sacks. Came in with 8 sacks, the fewest of any team in the NFL. Talked to Justin Tuck, and he said, yeah, we take it personal. And they're so antsy to get to the quarterback, they're jumping off sides.
Well, they called Tuck, but there was movement at the other side of the line. As Oliver trying to pick up a yard in the first down. I'm not sure he got it.
No, I don't think he got it at all.
Needed to get to the 44. Appears to be short. 4th down, the officials say. And Oakland's defense getting off the field.
They go to Brandon Oliver. Take a look. No movement. Look at all the white jerseys. Just stalemate. They don't get knocked off the ball. In fact, they just stonewall this offensive line for the San Diego Chargers. C.O. Moore comes away with the tackle.
6th punt of the day for Cyphers. Moore standing at his own 10. We'll watch this one sail. And what a punt by Cyphers.
Are you kidding me? This is like hitting your sand wedge from 100 yards in on the 18th hole.
No one better in the NFL at this than Cyphers.
Wow, it even amazes the Oakland Raider player saying, are you kidding me?
So in addition to the Chargers defense, you can make a pretty good case that Cyphers has been the MVP
What a weapon.
for San Diego. And they certainly know it on that San Diego sideline. 13-3 Chargers, and once again, Carr pinned back deep in his own territory. And look at the average starting position for Oakland.
Yeah, that's Cyphers, right? Helping his defense, making life miserable for the Raiders offense.
Looked like a pylon fell. Officials got it corrected. Fourth straight starting possession from inside their own 10. Maurice Jones-Drew hasn't had much of an impact. Jones-Drew missing a couple of games earlier. Solomon with that broken hand was signed originally to kind of split the load with Darren McFadden, but Jones-Drew largely no impact for this team till this point.
Well, you know, and you take a look at Maurice Jones-Drew coming off, and you almost have to run it there to try to create some space. I like the play design, the play call, just poor execution.
Second down, they keep it on the ground to McFadden. Crosses the 5 ahead to the 6.
This is what field position is all about on that punt by Mike Cyphers. It pins him so close to the goal line, you almost have to run the football. First down, second down, try to create some space. Because if you drop back to throw the ball from here, even on incompletions, now you're going to have to punt from the back of your end zone. Now you're in trouble. And that's why we call Mike Cyphers. He's like a weapon as a punter. We saw him do this in the postseason a few years ago against the Indianapolis Colts. Peyton Manning never gets the ball back.
Latavius Murray, the lone setback on 3rd and 6. Carr flushed out, completes to his man. That's James Jones. What a catch under duress for an Oakland first down. They pick up 7.
How about this? What a throw under duress. Watch him eluding pressure. Coming underneath while on the run. Throws this ball on the money. Even in tight coverage from Gilchrist.
Well, Jones very familiar with Carr, going back a couple of years to some off-season workouts at Fresno State. Jones's college receivers coach, Keith Williams, was one of Carr's coaches at Fresno. They used to work out together over the summers. As those two connect there. Excellent play fake by Carr. Throws across his body. And it's incomplete. Intended for Butler.
Now Carr knows he could throw a better ball there. One that, you know, potentially could be caught. This was sails high over the head. Look, right is in coverage, and that Butler comes out of the break. See how high it is? You got to keep that ball low and away from the defender to reach right where only your guy can get it.
Oakland trying to capitalize on its first down since the 4:07 mark of the second quarter. 2nd and 10. And here's Murray. Sperano taking a look at him, and Murray's got some giddy up. Crosses the 25, close to the 28. Eric Weddle, the safety on the tackle, but not before Murray, the 30-year runner, picks up 14 and a first down.
And that's where number 32, Eric Weddle's going to find him. Running behind that left side of the offensive line. Eric Weddle doesn't make that tackle. Raiders going to have themselves a long touchdown run.
Murray, the 6th-round pick in 2013. In his second season out of Central Florida. 1st and 10. Murray again has the first down and more. Inside San Diego territory, so McFadden and Jones-Drew both ineffective. And now Murray getting a chance. 23 yards as they move the chains again.
I thought you told me this was the team with the worst rushing average in the last 70 years. Not from the looks of plays like this. And it's going to come right off the left side here. Take a look. Trap block by the tight end. Marcel Reese, the fullback, gets a nice block, getting Murray to the second level.
Murray, prior to today, only 6 rushing attempts on the season. McFadden back on the field. Draw play. Takes on a hard hit. Able to break the initial tackle as he moves inside that 45-yard line. 5-yard run from McFadden. Injured Charger as Oakland showing life will return to San Diego after this. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Start of the fourth quarter, an Oakland offense that has been held in check and has shown barely a pulse to this point. Finally on the move. They've had 3 first downs on this drive alone, matching their number from the first 2.5 quarters. Carr rolls out, throws across his body. It'll fall incomplete. In and out of the hands of Marcel Reese. What a play by Cavell Connor. Solomon, who had his bell rung earlier, back onto the field, makes a big play.
Yeah, nice to be and see him back on the field, defending on that pass play. It was just well covered. You know, they were trying to go bootleg, reverse out of it, get some receivers down the field where Carr could have an easy path to throw the ball. But right now, this has been a very impressive drive. The best of the day for the Raiders offense.
Latavius Murray back onto the field, bottom of the screen. Little crossing route, lost the football. It's incomplete. Again, they have not helped Carr when they could. Murray had been impressive on the drive before that drop, and SPERO will punt.
And sometimes when young players come into the game, kind of find out what they can do well, and other times you find out maybe what they don't do so well, and they need improvement.
Seventh consecutive punt from Marquette King. But now field position in his advantage. Eddie Royal signals fair catch. Excellent coverage by the Raiders. We have seen some brilliant punting today. Cyphers and now Marquette King, Chimdi Chekwa able to pin it down at the San Diego 1. 10-point lead for the Chargers. San Diego looking vulnerable at this point in a game that they just have to have. They're there for the taking. Can Oakland score some points?
Well, I think the real key is that you get a sense that the Chargers are just one play away from putting this game away, but you also get the sense that the Raiders are one play away from maybe stealing victory away from the San Diego Chargers.
Oakland for the first time today winning the field position battle. Some movement pre-snap. Can't pin them back any further than they are.
Start. Number 76 to the offense. Half the distance to the goal. Still first down.
It's on DJ Fluker, the second-year tackle out of Alabama. Again, if you've just joined us, a Chargers team that started the year 5-1, 3 straight losses. Fresh off the bye week, they have looked out of sorts for most of today. But a win today keeps them just 1 game out in the AFC West. Broncos going down in St. Louis. Kansas City a winner at home over Seattle. Brandon Oliver juking his way across the 5. Close to a first down, a couple of yards short. Runs for 8.
Sometimes when you stack so many players at the line of scrimmage. C.O. Moore. Look, you could see Burris getting trapped in the trash. That allows Oliver to get to the second level and have a larger gain than if you had the linebackers play back off the line of scrimmage a little bit and you don't give up nearly as big a run.
Oliver stays on the field on 2nd and 2. Allen in motion. Oliver across the 10. That little extra juke appears to be enough for a first down. It is 3 yards for Oliver as they move the chains.
And now you got to ask yourself if the San Diego Chargers can go on that clock-killing drive using the running game, whether it's Brandon Oliver, whether it's Ryan Matthews. Donald Brown is back healthy for Mike McCoy's offense.
Such a pivotal stretch for Mike McCoy and the Chargers for the next 5 at home, including today. As Oliver met at the line of scrimmage, 2 very winnable games, although next week against the St. Louis Rams, Solomon, looks like a more difficult game than you would have initially thought. And then the brutal finish for a Chargers team trying to get back into the playoff conversation.
And we already heard Mike McCoy tell our Scott Kaplan down on the sideline that he wants to get back to the running game. He feels like that could be the most consistent part of his football team. If he can get that run game going here today and carry that into the game against St. Louis, I'd give him a shot of having a really good game and possibly coming away with a win.
2nd and 10. Quick release to Floyd. Had the 22-yard touchdown on Rivers' first pass today. Forced out of bounds by Hayden. A pickup of 10.
You see, Lloyd saying he's doing everything he can. He told us during the bye week he was in the building every single day, just trying to continue his routine. Didn't want to get out of the routine. I would say he's come out and he's had himself a really good football game, the best of any of Phillip Rivers' receivers today.
First and 10 from just inside the 22. Oliver. Now, you mentioned we had a chance to sit with Malcolm Floyd a couple of days ago. You think back to that very scary neck injury last year, cut his season short, Solomon, after just 2 games. And there was a fear that, would he walk again initially and have a full recovery? Even when he was back to health, would he decide to come back after going through something like that?
Yeah, he said there was no timetable for his recovery. It took 7 months, he said, before I could even begin rehabbing. And that requires a lot of patience and a lot of faith.
Rivers, 2nd and 11. Check down to Oliver. Makes a guy miss. Still going to the 23, now 24-yard line. A young kid has had to fight for every inch. Picks up 3 hard-fought yardage. Forced out of bounds by Carey, another rookie.
There you can see the clock continues to wind down. You can see the coaches are employing Brandon Oliver. Look, get vertical, get going down the field. You take a look at Derek Carr just sitting over with the coaches.
Donald Brown in motion. Big play for Oakland's defense, trying to get off the field and give Carr a chance. 3rd and 8. Rivers slings it near side. It is incomplete. So the Raiders defense holds. Allen unable to bring it in. Chargers will punt.
He tried to catch it in the body. Don't let the ball get into your body. Catch it with your hands. He wants, okay, he tries to haul it into the body, is not able to haul it in. That ball was outside of his body, his perimeter, and he's still trying to haul it in. Almost was able to make the catch. Good effort.
Allen 7 catches today for 50 yards. Cyphers on for another punt. Fair catch signaled by Moore. And that one will roll down to the 26. Another gem from Cyphers of 50. But Rivers and San Diego leaving the door slightly ajar for the Raiders.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you gotta get DirecTV. The all-new LG G3, the world's first smartphone with laser autofocus. And by Bud Light, who reminds fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly.
Aerial coverage of today's game being provided by DirecTV. Sun starts to set over San Diego. SPERO, DEDES, Solomon Wilcots, Scott Kaplan, rest of our CBS crew. Can the Raiders get into the end zone down 10 with under 11 minutes left? Carr, play action, sold it well, buys himself some extra time and finds Holmes right at the first down marker. Crosses the 35, tackled by Ricardo Matthews. A pickup of 10 and a first down. Coming up after the game, time permitting, we'll have the Subway postgame show. JB, Tony, Bart, Boomer, and Coach Cowher with all the latest scores and highlights. All coming up on the Subway postgame show from New York. Latavius Murray, the 30-year running back, onto the field. After some good success on that last possession, a couple of first down runs. This time crosses the 40. Ahead to the 41, a nice run of 5. Update time back to New York and James Brown.
Like Tony Gonzalez, another basketball player.
Yeah, basketball player. You're going to see Mark Sanchez drop back here to make the pass. Julius Pepper steps in front, takes it all the way back 52 yards. They're not going to tackle him. He better go low if you're going to take the big guy down. He does the Lambeau leap. This is his 2nd interception return for a touchdown this year. Green Bay up big.
SPERO.
You know, J.J. Watt was a former tight end, right?
That's
and then
right.
He became a defensive end at Wisconsin. He had himself a touchdown earlier today. The 4th touchdown this season.
Unbelievable.
Offense. Number 87. Never got set after breaking the huddle. 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
It's Brian Leonhardt, the man penalized. So 9:36 to play. You wonder what Greg Olson can do, Oakland's offensive coordinator, to just try to get something going. Can they sustain a drive and somehow Sally get into the end zone?
And I think penalties and timely drops and miscommunications have hurt the Raiders' offense today.
2nd and 10. It looked like San Diego may have jumped, but was he drawn offside? It's Dwight Freeney. Says, wasn't me.
Neutral zone infraction. Number 93 of the defense. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
It was almost as if Carr sort of forced the officials to throw the penalty. See, watch. See, he jumps in, but watch when they get back. See, Carr just says, okay, nope, go ahead. At some point, the defense, they are allowed to reset. If you come in to that neutral zone, you are allowed to get back and reset if you don't touch one of the lines.
They fumbled the snap again. Had one fumbled on the first play of the football game. Carr this time able to fall on it. And another miscommunication between he and Stefan Wisniewski.
Yeah, he just didn't ride Wisniewski long enough on the play. So you got to stay there until you get the ball. And you can tell Carr started to pull away before he had the ball and before the ball was secure.
They lose 2 yards on the play and call it a 3rd and 7 here inside the stadium. So 3rd and 7. Here's Carr backpedaling. Raiders trying to hold. Penalty marker comes in. Dwight Freeney with the pressure. 3 penalties flags on the field, all on different spots of the field.
There are multiple fouls on the play. Holding, number 61 of the offense. Holding, number 29 of the defense. Illegal contact. Another on the defense. 26 on the defense. All those penalties offset. 3rd down.
All that for nothing. Brandon Flowers, Sharice Wright of the Chargers, and Wisniewski whistled from Oakland.
And there's still laundry laying on the field as we speak. See, watch 61, Wisniewski. There's your hold there. That's one of a trio of penalties on the play. Look at 29, Sharice Wright grabbing Holmes on that play. Oh, yeah. Pick a guy. Pick one.
Here's Carr. 3rd down again, chased out of the pocket, throws on the run, nowhere to go. And once again, pressure coming, blowing the play up. Stuckey giving chase. Carr throws it out of bounds.
Yeah, and right now they're just not. Look, Stuckey's going to come here. See, look, he's going to come and he gets free. But they're just sending everyone in on Derek Carr. He's forced to just get rid of it. But they're not able to protect him right now, SPERO.
Fourth down, Marquette King on to punt. As we hit the 8-minute mark in his 4th quarter. Allen signaling fair catch as King pins him inside the 15. 48-yard punt from King. San Diego with a 10-point lead. Coming up after the game time permitting, the Subway postgame show from New York. All the latest scores and highlights on the Subway postgame show coming up next. 13-3 your score. Chargers just have not been able to put away the 0-9 Raiders to this point. Just under 8 minutes left. The drive starts just inside the 13. High snap taken by Rivers. Draw play to Oliver. Solly against any other opponent. I'm not sure the Raiders are up 10 the way that they've played today. They've lost 3 straight games. We know how competitive things are in the AFC. Where is this team and where are they headed? after today.
I think even Mike McCoy told our Scott Kaplan he wasn't pleased with the way his team performed in the first half. Not much better here in the second half. I think coming off a bye week, you expect to see greater poise, better communication, and better execution, and that doesn't spell well for them in a playoff game.
Rivers on 2nd and 6, little screen press. Oliver had to make some kind of catch just to get the football, and brought down at the 20. And now the officials say incomplete.
See, and Phillip throws that ball across his body. That's why it was thrown without the accuracy needed to get an easy completion. He didn't reset his feet. And we're starting to see right now just the team not as crisp as when we were here some 3-4 weeks ago against Kansas City. This team appears to be just really disjointed in a number of different areas in a variety of ways.
And look at the drop-off in the passing numbers first to second half of Rivers. How many times have you seen Phillip throw it? 32 times for just 165 yards. That play whistle dead, and the frustration continues to mount for the Chargers.
Timeout. San Diego, their first. Say 30-second timeout.
So 7:14 to play in the fourth. And San Diego in front by 10. Week 11 continues with Sunday Night Football later tonight. Big one between the Patriots and the Colts. Brady against Luck. And then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, Pittsburgh, Tennessee. And kickoff just after 8:30 Eastern Time. We're in San Diego, Qualcomm Stadium. SPERO, DEDES, Solomon Wilcots, Scott Kaplan, our entire CBS crew. Chargers looking for their first win in 35 days. It was week 6 in Oakland. Game that they had to frantically come back to win in the fourth quarter. 3 straight losses since. Blown out before the bye last week, 37-0 in Miami. And they just haven't looked very good today against this winless Raiders team.
And you expect Phillip Rivers, who last year, remember, led the league with an overall completion percentage and has struggled, I think, since week 7.
It was a loss here against Kansas City that started this 3-game slide. 3rd and 6. Rivers going through his progressions. They get him from the back. Khalil Mack, the stud rookie. Rivers never saw him. Second time they have gotten to Rivers today, and he looks like he's shaken up again.
Yep, you're going to see him. There's the pressure. He's going to come around late. Right there. Comes right back after working on the left side against King Dunlap. He just stays with it. Rivers not able to go down the field with the ball because of the pressure provided by Khalil Mack.
So here's Cyphers, who has been brilliant today. Just outside his own end zone. Demarius Moore going to play it from the 37. Taking on a couple of tacklers. Crosses the 40. 50-yard punt. 8-yard return. And Rivers hobbled on the San Diego sideline in a 10-point game.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Kelley Blue Book. Find out what you should pay for your next new car at KBB.com. And by Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry.
Best starting field position of the day for the Raiders. They have not been in the red zone yet today. They're down 10. All 3 timeouts, 6:14 remaining. That is Michael Rivera with a 5-yard reception. Back downstairs to Scott Kaplan.
Well, SPERO, you know, Phillip Rivers has taken a real beating today. First it was his knee, then he came hobbling off the field, and his midsection seemed to be in pain. And the trainer just told the head coach that they're examining his ribs.
First career sack for Khalil Mack. And Rivers still looks like he's in pain. 2nd and 5, Carr. Airs it out, far side, incomplete. Unable to hook up with Kenbrell Tompkins.
Now we talk about the arm talent of Derek Carr. The ball is released very quickly. He gets it out. He's not going to take sacks. He can read the defense very well. I just would like to see a higher level of completion percentage. I'd like to see him connect on more of these opportunities where he's getting the ball out quickly and where the receiver is coming down with the ball.
Carr so far just 12 for 26 for 92 yards. 3rd and 5. Carr over the middle, finds Tompkins, first down and more. 20 down to the 15-yard line. Marcus Gilchrist and Eric Weddle with what could have been a touchdown-saving stop. 35 yards and an Oakland first down.
I said I wanted to see more of these throws that were right on time to Kimbrel Tompkins be completed. And the receivers come down with him. He threaded the needle on that throw. Well-timed, well-coordinated pass play where Tompkins is able to get the catch and run away from defender.
First trip in the red zone for Oakland. And now some nervous moments for these Chargers fans. 1st and 10. That pass over the middle, caught. That is Latavius Murray. 7-yard pass play. Clock continues to run. They've got all 3 timeouts. It'll be 2nd and short.
Yeah, pretty, the red zone defense, 29th in the NFL. Well, the Raiders have the best red zone offense in the NFL.
And keep it on the ground. Little trick play on 2nd and short. Need to get to the 5. Solomon for the first down. You wonder what Olsen does here.
Well, remember, everything happens fast down inside the red zone. I would try to get isolation coverage. You can see trips down to his left. One-on-one up top against the defender. They could go there.
3rd and 2. Carr. Incomplete.
They're trying to go back
for
shoulder.
James Jones.
Back shoulder to James Jones. We talked about wanting to go match up one-on-one against Brandon Flowers. Back shoulder throw. It's just thrown too high for Jones to even try to come down with it.
Raiders are going to try to come away with points here on 4th and short.
You've got to keep the ball on the court, so to speak. You've got to keep it in the field of play where your intended receiver just has a chance to make a catch on the ball.
Considering how tough field position is, Solly, was there any thought to maybe going for it? Or no doubt you go for the points?
I don't mind them coming away with points. It's very seldom they even get down inside the red zone. You go ahead and take it right there. Remember, a touchdown right now, and we have ourselves a tied ball game.
So Carr talking things over with his offensive coordinator, Greg Olsen. Coming up Thursday Night Football, it now lives on NFL Network. Jamal Charles and the Chiefs rolling. Another win today over Seattle. They'll take on these Oakland Raiders and Derek Carr. Thursday Night Football, 8 o'clock Eastern, live on NFL Network. It looked like Rivers had really tightened up, was in a world of pain a moment ago, but it has been a day of frustration for Rivers.
Yeah, he's getting hit, hurried and harassed. You can see the pain in the lower leg. He had to be checked on by doctors. Then comes back, gets sacked here by Khalil Mack. And then they're sitting there taking a look at his ribs. You can see the jersey's dirty. He's bruised, he's battered. You can see he's been hit, hurried 11 times today, knocked down 9 times, sacked. He's dropping back a lot. And remember, he hasn't even thrown for 200 yards in this game. All those hits, not a whole lot of production.
Told you earlier, 138 straight starts for Rivers. Only Eli Manning of the Giants has a longer active streak. And he's going to strap it back on and come onto the field. Told you about the importance of this game for San Diego. Just an absolute must-win as they try to stay in the postseason conversation in the AFC. Denver, a loser today in St. Louis. Huge break for the Chargers if they can capitalize. Told you about Kansas City's win at home over Seattle. Chargers win today, and they're only a game out.
Remember, these Chargers have already lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. They got to go to Oakland later, they have to go to Kansas City later in the year. They've got to start stacking up some wins in the month of November, knowing that they have Denver left. They have teams like the 49ers remaining on the schedule and New England.
1st and 10. Rivers and company from the 20. Quick play action strike on a slant over the middle. It's Allen for the first down pass play. 13 yards. Brown on the tackle. Huge pickup as they move the chains.
Yeah, the Raiders hanging in this game. If you're Phillip Rivers, you want to make it a 2-possession game. Put points back on the board. Come back out, getting the ball over. Keenan Allen, they've got to be able to put points on the board and create some cushion between themselves and the Raider on the scoreboard.
And now clock management so critical for Oakland. They've got all 3 timeouts. 3:30 to play, 1st and 10 from the 33. Matthews draw play, bounces to the edge, still going, crosses the 35, out past the 40. Brought down by Woodson. Matthews runs for 8. It'll be 2nd and short.
Oh, Matthews has just done a really good job of running the ball today, breaking tackles. Look, he's going to come here and then just watch him bounce. This run, you can see it stacked up, just staying alive, and then he's able to get outside of Khalil Mack. 14 carries, 70 yards in his first game back after being out with a sprained knee for the last 7 games. And he's given the rushing attack the shot in the arm that we talked about in the open.
Chargers went 4-3 in his absence. 2nd and 3. Matthews brought down right around the line of scrimmage. They need to get to the 43 for the first down. And it looks like Oakland now, Solomon, will start to use their timeouts. They'll burn one here. Still got the 2-minute warning, of course. And now down to 2 timeouts.
Timeout. Oakland. They're first. It's a 30-second timeout.
Well, they've got to be able to get a stop here defensively. And that's why you want to use the timeout, stop the clock. Can you get the ball back for Derek Carr? And is he the kind of young quarterback that now can, as he told us, start to play beyond the playbook, start to make some plays when maybe things aren't scripted as well, and still be able to drive your team on the road in the 4th quarter to a win?
Well, coming up next Sunday, the NFL comes your way with another doubleheader. First, the Bengals will take on the Texans. Some of you will see the Browns and Atlanta. Later in the day, Dolphins and the Broncos. Check your local listings. It all starts with JB, Tony, Bart, Coach, and Boomer on the NFL Today. Donald Brown, the man in motion, 3rd and short. Biggest defensive play for the Raiders, trying to get off the field and give Carr one final chance. Here they come on the blitz. Rivers over the middle. Finding Gates, miraculously makes the catch and has the Chargers first down.
I don't know how he comes down with it. He just wheels his way to a catch here. Now watch, he's well covered. Even though Rivers is under duress, well covered by Woodson, who closes in. Nearly had it intercepted right there, but then Ross comes in. He nearly takes it away, but Antonio Gates, being the big presence that he is, look at that. He comes down with that ball in a sea of hands.
What a moment between 2 future Hall of Famers, Antonio Gates and Charles Woodson. Woodson was a whisker away from an enormous pick.
So was Ross. He nearly took it away from Gates. Gates essentially took that ball away from 2 defenders to come down with the reception.
Oakland burning its 2nd timeout after the 15-yard first down hookup to Gates. Well, for those of you expecting to see 60 minutes, you're watching the NFL on CBS and the Raiders and the Chargers in San Diego. I'm SPERO DEDES along with Solomon Wilcots and Scott Kaplan. Your score here, 13-6. Chargers in front. 60 minutes will be seen in its entirety immediately following this game, except on the West Coast. So one final timeout for the Raiders, hoping for one more stop. And still, of course, have the 2-minute warning. 1st and 10. This is Matthews. Broke the initial tackle. Barely gets back to the line of scrimmage, and now Matthews slow to get to his feet.
Timeout. Oakland. Their 3rd and final charge timeout. There will be 30 seconds in length.
There's Tony Sperano, still looking for his first win as Raiders head coach. 0-5 since taking over for Dennis Allen. Well, this game started with some early jitters. This was the first snap of the game for Oakland. A fumbled snap 2 plays later. 22-yard touchdown, Rivers to Floyd. And from that point, it's been field goals. A couple of injuries as Rivers been nicked up.
And, you know, the San Diego Chargers, this game was far from perfect for them. Wasn't real clean in terms of the performance, and Rivers being battered and bruised With a knee injury, and then later he's hit here. The ribs were banged up.
Slammed into the turf by Khalil Mack, which was his first sack, by the way, of his young, brief career. 2nd and 10. Draw play. This is Oliver. Oliver sneaks his way to the 40. We've talked to defensive players, Sam, and we've talked about how difficult it is just to see him from behind the line of scrimmage. So low to the ground. The clock continues to run here as we come up on the 2-minute warning.
Well, they've done a really good job of just eating up time off the clock. Brandon Oliver, whether it's him or Ryan Matthews, the run game is back with the San Diego Chargers today.
7-point lead. Chargers trying to put it away. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Chargers basically need just one more first down and this game is over. Raiders out of timeouts. 13-6 our score. 3rd and 5. Raiders need to play right here with their defense. Donald Brown and Oakland able to hold. Brown barely getting past the line of scrimmage.
Well, they were going to run it because they want to continue to take time off the clock. But you just would have liked to have seen them execute better than this. But the Raiders have no more timeouts. And they're going to turn it over, the Chargers are, to their defense against Derek Carr.
Well, Carr had his best game as a pro, week 6 at home against this Chargers team. Raiders rookie record with 4 touchdown passes. Had an 11-point lead early in the 4th, went toe-to-toe with Rivers that day. Does he have some late game magic up his sleeve here? Penalty marker comes in. Looks like a delay of game. They take it as they will take the yardage back. 18th punt today between these two teams.
Offense. That penalty is declined. Still 4th down.
And you take that penalty because you have confidence in your punter, Mike Cyphers, right?
I'd have some faith in him too after the way he's punted today.
To hit that wedge of his called a foot.
He sort of drafted most combined punts in a game this season. More signaling fair catch. And why not? Cyphers with another one inside the 15.
He does it again.
Well, he's got our vote for the MVP of this game.
It's almost no fair to Derek Carr. I mean, Cyphers is just going to keep him backed up in his end of the field. And if you're going to get a game-winning drive, you're going to have to go an awful long ways because of the punting of Mike Cyphers.
Well, it's not often a punter will demoralize an opponent. Cyphers has done that today. So here is Carr, the 2nd-round pick out of Fresno State. You see what he did in that week 6 near upset at home. What can he do here? They need a touchdown with 65 seconds left and no timeouts. 1st and 10 from the 12. Carr is set. Jerry Atautu back after a long injury absence, getting to Carr. Huge play.
Atautu is a really good player, promising young player for the Chargers. Have been out with injuries, but welcome back today as a 2nd-round pick in the 2014 draft.
Dealing with that hamstring injury. Carr 2nd and 19. Here is Murray. Dances across the 10. Forced out of bounds right around the original line of scrimmage. Brought out by Manti Te'o. Also back from his long injury absence.
You know, big play by Atautu on the sack. We don't see Derek Carr go down often. That was only the 10th sack on Derek Carr all season long. Manti Te'o, he's back in the game.
4th down territory, of course. 3rd and 9. Carr from the gun. Sets, throws over the middle, nearly picked by Weddle. Carr trying to thread the needle to Holmes. Weddle thought he had a pick.
We told you he will challenge the defense down the field. Look, he throws this into a crowded secondary, and I gotta tell you, Andre Holmes looked like he had a chance to catch it. Ball's thrown after him. Look, right into the shoulders. It looked like Weddle may have grazed it and kept Holmes from coming away with the catch. But what a courageous throw for Derek Carr.
One last gasp for Oakland. 4th and 9. Carr pump fakes, slings it over the middle, completes. First down, Oakland to James Jones out to the 40.
They're going to try to spike it. This is a great throw. This kid's got courage, and boy, does he have accuracy. Look at that. Thread the needle.
28 yards. So they're still not finished just yet.
11 seconds gives you time for, I think, only a Hail Mary. You got to take a shot at the end zone. If I'm San Diego, I'm getting everyone back to defend the goal line. Look at this throw. Wow. Weddle kind of got himself out of position there.
No timeouts left for the Raiders. 2nd and 10. I wonder how many plays they can get off here. Needing a touchdown. Carr. Precious time coming off the clock. This may be it. Carr slings it down the field. It is incomplete. And that will do it.
That's the end of the game.
San Diego forced to sweat it out. Raiders gave them everything they could handle despite all kinds of offensive issues. Chargers in their 3-game losing streak. And Oakland has now dropped 16 straight dating back to last season.
Yeah, this is one heck of a throw from Carr. He's going, trying to get it to 18 Holmes, and the ball's going to be knocked down. Look, it falls to the ground, game over, but get the sense that Derek Carr is going to be competing in a lot of games like this against the Chargers and other teams within the division for some time to come.
Well, there you see the clock. We're hoping to run maybe 2 plays before they snapped.
Oh, yeah. Looks like that ball fell incomplete with about 2 seconds remaining. That's what Carr wanted to have that conversation. He said he thought there was just 1 second left. 1 second left on the clock.
Well, tough rookie season continues for Carr. Words of encouragement.